Welcome back to Afternoon Express. Hope you're having a wonderful summer's day Monday, but dreary winter. The season for colds and flus, but taking proactive steps towards boosting your immune system now could be the answer to remaining flu-free. So we chat now to Dr. Darren Green on how we can best start planning now to get our immune systems in tip-top shape and ready to fight off all of those nasty viruses. Hello, how are you?
Good
Welcome
to see you
the
again.
show.
Thank you.
Firstly, what is the difference between a cold and a flu?
Yes, great way.
Is there a difference though?
There is indeed. Cold symptoms are generally quite mild. It involves just a bit of a itchy, scratchy nose and maybe a little bit of a tearing eye. And that's it. Whereas, obviously, flu involves a specific cause of the symptoms, and it's a more systemic reaction, like to viruses specifically. And in this case, obviously, the influenza virus. And there's a whole family with cousins, obviously, of that virus. So you then have a dramatic systemic response with muscle pain, fever, joint pain, and then obviously the cough and more significant symptoms.
And do you get either one of them from having a low immune system?
Yeah, so your immune system basically is designed as a police force, basically, to protect you from invading organisms, whether that be bacteria, fungal infections, or viruses. You're designed to recognize them early and destroy. But when it comes to influenza and it comes to the flu as such, every year these bugs get quite clever, and they can mutate and change so that they can't be identified quickly, and then they actually hang around a bit longer in your immune system until you actually overcome and conquer them. And that's the whole issue of immunity and vaccination, etc.
So flus and things are actually like little bugs, and they come and they settle into your... It's all living.
And they need a live host in order to replicate and to survive.
It's quite scary, actually. What actually happens to your body then when you get these, when you inhale these little bugs that are now settling in?
When you shake the hand of someone and then ingest it on a sandwich, and it enters.
Well, listen, let's hope it's only flu that we're going to be getting when you're shaking the hands of people and not coronavirus.
Of course.
I avoided drinking Corona all week because of that. Okay, so what actually happens to your body?
When you ingest, so when the virus enters your body, what happens is it enters via droplet spread normally. You'll either inhale it or ingest it. And what happens is once the virus enters you as a live host, it can then mutate and have the ability actually to replicate and to multiply.
But while it, like, what's making us sick?
Oh, so your body recognizes this invading organism. And then it starts sending an army with different identifiers to the site where this infection is. And then that process of you actually deploying your army and your specialized cells makes your temperature go up, for example, can cause you to feel a little bit fatigued and tired as your body launches the attack. And that's what happens, obviously, in the early phases of your immune response.
Okay, why is it so dangerous for us to exercise? Like, I always know whenever I feel a little bit sick, the only thing I want to do is have to go to... But why is it dangerous? It's actually really dangerous, hey?
It is, to exercise with flu. So there's a paradox when it comes to exercise, the immune system, and colds and flu, because you need exercise to sustain and develop a healthy immune system. But too much, and people that overtrain and train really hard, their immune systems and even their white cell counts actually drop in the first 24 to 36 hours in that period, for example. But training when you have an infection, why it's dangerous is you facilitate the spread of that virus to the different organ systems. And the big one that everyone knows about is the heart. You can weaken your heart by training with flu because you have the infection moving into the heart muscle itself, causing myocarditis, which causes inflammation of the heart muscle, where your pulse rate is racing, and you can actually cause weakening and scar tissue in that heart muscle for a long time.
I know someone who actually died on the finish line of the two oceans just because he ran while he had
While
flu.
he was ill.
How crazy?
No, that's something we have to try and educate people about, you know.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Okay, so if you build up your immune system and then you build it up to be stronger and stronger, if you are exposed to the cold and flu virus, does it mean that you just won't get it, or you'll get it a little bit weaker?
You'll get it a little bit weaker, and you might recover a little bit quicker.
Okay.
So,
but you'll still be affected.
Correct. So you'll still develop symptoms, for example. It's the same principle when people take the flu jab every year, which covers you against about 5 or 6 different strains of flu from the previous year all over the world, the most deadly strains. But that doesn't mean you won't contract the flu. It means that when you do get it, in terms of dying of the complications of flu, your chances are made less.
Okay. And is there a proper, like a right way and a wrong way in order to take supplements, for example, to build our immune system? Like, do you have to build up on a course while you're taking them, or just start taking them while you're starting to feel sick?
Yes, that's a very real way of answering it, but asking it. So yes, certainly, when do you need supplementation? You need supplementation when you aren't eating properly.
Yeah.
One of the big causes of a weak immune system is lack of sleep, not eating properly, poor nutrition because our pressurized lifestyles, and then obviously you would need certain micro traces of different elements and vitamins and so forth that are associated with building up your immune system.
So what do you recommend we start doing now so that by the time the winter starts, we're actually going to be all sorted and we'll have less sick South Africans?
Yes, less lurgies. So I think the first thing is the first thing is nutrition.
Yeah.
So eat more veggies and fruit. Yeah. Obviously not excessive fruit for too much sugar. Yeah. Also look specifically at sleep. You need rest for your immune system to actually generate repair in the body tissues and so forth. Remember to hydrate, obviously, as well, and hygiene. Crowding in winter, when it gets cold, we all flock together around a fire, in our houses, around heaters, etc. And we don't like washing our hands or going into the cold, etc. So hygiene also takes a dip. Okay. So be aware of those spaces, shared spaces, confined spaces, and, adhere to good hygiene, eat properly, sleep enough, and then exercise. Yeah. But not too much exercise, so that you actually render the immune system weaker.
I don't think I'm ever in danger of doing too much exercise. And of course, supplements like IMMUENZA, we can start now so that we get...
Ahead of the season, yes.
Amazing.
Absolutely.
Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you.
I'm definitely not getting sick this season. Now, winter is coming, but fortunately for us, we actually do have time to prepare our immune systems from any nasty viruses that may be coming our way. Thank you.
Looking for immune support? Remain at your peak all year round with IMMUENZA.